Snoop. What have you done, my man? What have you done? Look, first let me get this out the way. I'm an Eminem fan, so I already know. I already know he is probably getting so much hate right now because Eminem fans, who I consider Eminem the GOAT. To me he is. But so me being an Eminem fan, I know how Eminem fans can react when somebody leaves him off the greatest rapper list or top five, top 10, or even if people just leave him out of being the greatest, they they start going crazy, man. How dare you leave Eminem off of the greatest rapper list, man? But I can't get mad at that. I consider him the best, but the greatest rapper list is subjective, man. It's all who you like, the time period you grew up in. Snoop is from back in the day. So when I've already heard his interview, and I heard the names he put in front of him, you can't get mad at these names that he puts in front of him. You just simply can't. Now there is a part of the interview that kind of rubbed me the wrong way the first time I listened to it, but as I listened to it a couple more times, he's not complete. When we get to it, I'll point it out. But he's not completely wrong about that either. So we're going to go through this interview. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my opinion, and I actually don't even think it's going to be a well received opinion because I know I got Eminem fans on my channel, and I know how they can be. So me giving you the opinion I'm about to give you, you might not like it. So let's go through this thing.
Eminem, the great white hope. White rappers had zero respect in rap. Let's keep that 1,000.
All right, right there, he starts off by saying white rappers had zero respect, basically saying Eminem gets respect. That he starts off right
None.
there. Let's go.
He has probably put Eminem in a position where he could be labeled as one of the top 10 rappers ever.
Right.
I don't think so. But the
And that's
name
okay.
feels like he's top 10 lyricists and all that comes with it. But that's just because he's with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre helped him find the best Eminem that he could find.
Right there. When I first heard that part right there, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Basically, he kind of is saying Eminem's only Eminem because of Dr. Dre, which, again, detach yourself from being an Eminem fan real quick. Real quick. And even Eminem himself has said nobody was messing with the white boy. Dre put him on. Dre co-signed him. Without that, you might not have an Eminem right now. It is kind of possible if you think about it. If nobody was messing with him, which Eminem has said himself, without Dre putting him on and putting him in that position, he might not be who he is right now. I mean, you might not agree with that, but it is kind of true in a way. So, first time I heard it, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but then after I listened to it a couple more times, thought about it, detached myself from being a fan, he's not completely wrong. Not completely wrong. Let's go.
I feel like people like you, Snoop, keep
Now I
people
don't care what
honest.
Charlamagne
But
has to say. I really
respect
don't. I'll be
Eminem,
honest.
and I can see why people would have him in his top 10, top 5. I personally don't.
Me neither.
You've been around a long time. Why don't you have him in your top 10?
Because there's some niggas in the 80s that he can't fuck with.
Like who?
Like Rakim,
Yes, sir.
like Big Daddy Kane,
Yes, sir.
like KRS-One, like LL Cool J. Shall I go on?
I love this list. Yeah.
Like Ice Cube.
Listen to the names. Listen to the names he just put in front of him. You can't get mad at that. He's not putting busters in front of him. He's not putting whack ass dudes in front of him. He's putting legends in front of him. Everyone he just named they're all rappers Eminem would put in front of himself probably too. So how can you actually get bent out of shape because Snoop also put them rappers in front of him? I mean, but I know how Eminem fans are, which is why I know that Snoop is probably getting all kinds of hate for this. Because how dare you leave Eminem out of your greatest rappers of all time list, man? How dare you? Now, what I think part of the problem is too, he's coming off bitter in this interview. A lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you come off a certain way, A lot of people can take what you're saying the wrong way. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like with the whole Joe Budden situation, because Joe Budden didn't like Revival, fine. But it's how he came about saying he didn't like Revival. He was shitting all over it, which I think is part of the problem with why Eminem was having a problem with Budden to begin with. He was completely shitting on him, shitting on the album, disrespecting it in the wrong way. You don't like the album, say you don't like it and leave it at that. But say it respectfully. Snoop is coming off a little bitter. He sounds upset for some reason. Now I don't think that's the intention. I don't think he actually is, but he's coming off that way, which I think is part of the problem with this interview. He sounds off. You know what I'm trying to say? I think that's part of the problem. We got a little bit to go. Let's go.
You understand me? I ain't got no time to play with it. It is what it is. It's like, Cuz did that. He did that to the fullest. That's one of my teammates. That's one of my brothers. Mm-hmm. He did that. But when you talking about this hip hop shit that I can't live without, I can live without that.
All right. He did just call him his brother. He's one of his teammates. But then he also says at the end he basically says he could live without his music. Which that last little jab was, take it for what it is. I don't know, man. But again, it could just be how he's coming off, how he's saying it. But he literally just called him his teammate, just called him his brother. So, but even still, listen to the interview a couple times. Detach yourself from being an Eminem fan. I highly doubt Snoop was trying to come on this interview and disrespect Eminem, which I know a lot of people are taking it that way. That's how they're taking it. He's disrespecting the GOAT. How dare you disrespect the GOAT? It's not like he put somebody like freaking go back to that greatest 50 rappers of all time list and go over that list. Now that list is ridiculous. When you look at the names that was put in front of Eminem, that is ridiculous. But this is not. I mean, listen to the names. You can't get mad at these names. You just can't. Detach yourself. Greatest rapper of all time list is subjective. Everybody knows that. So when somebody puts together their list, respect it. Respect their opinion. I'm going to end this thing right here. Let me know what you think. Put it down in the comment section. What you think of the interview. What you think of my opinion. You can agree with me, disagree with me. Anything you want, just put it down there. I'm a big boy. I could take the heat. Other than that, I'm out.